What's up? What's up, brother?
Nothing much. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, just plugging away. Another beautiful day in a winter peg here.
There you go. There you go. I see it. It's looking beautiful too. Like it's still sunny outside, and it's
Yeah,
eight
yeah, it
o'clock,
is.
which
It
is
is.
crazy.
It
I love
really
it.
is. Like it's actually been really amazing. Like even in the evenings, which we want to talk about.
Well, you came up with some really good ones. There was that alien thing, and then what else was there? Where are we? There is. No, that's not it. It was aliens. It was. There was something else. What did you say? Doo, doo, doo.
There's aliens. There's relationships, marriage.
Yeah,
Um,
there is. Well, there's always lots of stuff to talk about. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we can
yeah.
really dive back into that. Like, I started watching more stuff regarding Oprah being the devil. That one was interesting.
Is it?
You know
Yeah,
what's messed to?
or we can delve back into the transgender thing because that seems to be a thing too, which I keep hearing about still.
Oh
And
yeah, I mean, it
uh
never stops. That
no,
that
it never stops. But here's where, like, for example, that clip that I sent from TMZ regarding that Anheuser Busch parent or the hire to
oh, the
Anheuser
air.
Busch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a really interesting kind of interview. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it, but it was like it was just kind of it was supposed to be just, I guess, it's just, hey, general talk and just about, all the drop in stock.
Right.
But I don't, it wasn't like planned for Billy Bush, which is a Anheuser Busch hire,
Yeah.
to speak his thoughts on transgender, which is, which is again, I think, and you hear this more from males than you do from females. But here's where, again, in one of our episodes, I think it's a really needed thing in terms of the education,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of people, because it's, like, and that's where I was really honestly like, TMZ doesn't always get it right, but in this one, I felt they did, based on my understanding of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they didn't let it go, because sometimes they get it wrong. Because they
Right.
had an episode a while ago, I think you and I talked about that, where they had, this MMA fighter that was wearing next to nothing on the beach. And
Right.
some guy, I guess, trial in the area started allegedly masturbating,
Yeah.
and
I
she went
remember
over
talking
and
about
punched
that.
him, and he said,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, I was just taking a piss," right? Whatever. But what makes it right for her to be half naked on the beach, like
Mm-hmm.
basically ass cheeks and whatever hanging out,
Right.
or what gives her the right to go punch this guy?
Mm-hmm.
When she, in my opinion, is just as guilty as he is for for letting their privates hang out.
Exposing herself. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not on a nude beach or nothing like that. It's
No,
just
no.
like
But in
a
that episode,
regular
right,
beach,
these guys
right?
from TMZ, um, um, you know, Harvey, I forget their name, Harvey Levin, and I forget the color guy's name right now. It'll come to Charles. They're all like, "How dare he? What a pig, what a perv, what da da da." And I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself, what about her? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, that's one of these things in society where the guy's like just automatically in the wrong, and there's no accountability for the female
Right, right.
part
No,
in
I
it. You know what I
totally
mean?
get that.
Yeah, and then never mind, on top of it, her thinking it's okay to go punch him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know.
like,
But that's
like
because she's MMA, right? She's gonna
whatever,
be gangster. She's gonna
like
defend herself, right? And for
whatever,
what though?
whatever. She just committed assault
Yeah, she
out of
did.
someone. Anyways, that was one thing. But then, anyways, in this um beer one,
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy to hear, Harvey check this guy, or not check him, but actually Harvey and the guy, it wasn't Charles, it was another guy, because they sometimes have guest hosts from their crew or whatever, but check him in terms of the facts of these, because there is still a large notion that some of these people are just or there's this perception that these people are just
Pretending.
pretending,
Yeah.
and just a fad, or just something to do, like, and that's not the case.
No.
Yes,
It's not.
there's cross dressers,
Mm-hmm.
yes, there's guys that perform as females, but those aren't the guys that you'll see go in the female washrooms. These guys just are performers. There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not cross dressers or but they're dressers, not
Yeah, they're
transvestites. Yeah,
drag queens.
drag queens. Yeah, so there's a difference as drag queens, but they're
Hmm.
there's heterosexual can be, right?
Hmm.
But that's just their living. That's just their passion. And
Yeah.
then there's people that are actually born that way. And
Hmm.
just imagine like that, honestly, I was talking to somebody about this earlier today. Like that's worse than racism. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because racism, like you could see, like it's very clear, like someone's doing something against somebody because of the color of their skin. Like
Absolutely.
it's very evident. But just imagine being born looking as man can be, the whole world, including your own family, you know, putting in boys' clothes, giving boys toys, putting in
Hmm.
boys' sports, but inside you're like, I am not down none of this.
Yeah.
You know what I
Something's
mean?
wrong.
This is who I am.
Hmm.
Like you know what I mean? How
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, I think there's some people that are very in tune with their children and in tune with, there's some people that get it and see the little signs,
Hmm.
but there's lots that don't. And imagine being somebody trapped inside and not
Yeah.
able to come out because society is not accepting of who you are.
Right. You know
Like
what
like
I
It's pretty
asked
shitty
about
thing.
that? Oh, what's that, Aaron?
Well, it's terrible. We're all supposed to be who we are. We are who we are, but we
Yeah.
don't get accepted for who we are by our friends, our colleagues, our families, cross
Society.
gender, the right, if you're female, male, you identify different ways, indigenous, non-indigenous, immigrant, but we've had this thing that society has put that we accept this kind of judgment or racism, and it's all bullshit. If we stop talking about it and just let people live the way they want to live, then much more people would just be more happy. But I get that it's hard to accept things when you didn't think that's the way it was going to go, you know?
Yeah.
But it must be very difficult. I always knew I was a girl. Like I felt like a girl. There's been times I don't really feel like a woman. I can say that for sure.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, and my children both, I think, identified, but I dressed them in the girl and boy clothes, what Alex alluded to,
Hmm.
and what happens if they're like, I'm not getting this, none of that, when my firstborn was a boy. Like
Right.
if he came to
well,
me and said, I don't, like, I don't,
I
I don't
don't feel
know, what I
comfortable,
mean?
or
So it's
something.
all like, things that are happening under people's roofs. And, I think people are doing the best they can. I do think that the promotion, I think there is a portion of this that people are there's some people in the world out there, right? I don't know who they are, but they promote these kinds of things too. I did watch the one video that our friend, uh, what's your friend's name there that came on the Real Talk the other day?
Lennox.
Lennox.
Yeah.
He sent me a video of what they were going to do in the Barbados, and I did take some time to watch that one, and I thought, wow, if that preacher that day was speaking the truth, I was listening. I was
Hmm.
listening. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty hard when people don't accept you for just who you are, whether
Yeah.
it's I hear about people having very self-conscious about having pimples all on their face.
Hmm.
It just takes someone teasing you for that, or, your nose being different, or
well, no,
whatever it is.
this is actually beyond teasing, right? Because this is
Hmm.
Well, I know,
this is like
but
an
that's
inclusion. This is like an inclusion thing, right? Like where, um, um, you know, imagine your every fiber wanting to live your life. How do you put it? You live the life the way your essence is meant to, or the way you're born to live. But
Right.
yeah,
society telling you
I
no.
would think it's very much of trapped
And
feeling.
society
So
telling you no, you can't. Society
yeah,
Right.
telling you no, you're not allowed. Society telling
yeah.
you, you know,
Well, you know what? That's the
I guess
thing.
my personal feeling myself, I'm like, who really cares? Like, as long as someone's happy and peaceful, I don't personally give a shit if A, someone was born that way, or B, someone's even pretending to be it. If they're happy and they're peaceful and they're not creating any shit, I personally don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
There you
Well,
go.
I think the thing is that when people find themselves on their journey, find what makes them happy, what puts them at peace, what makes them feel love, what makes them give love. And you know, there's a lot of people in this world right now that are mixed up in a whole bunch of things. You know, we all were at one time. We all still are. So finding yourself and people accepting you for who you are, whatever that might be, is very golden. It's very golden.
But where do we start this journey, so to speak? Because, like, for example, I'm all for a person living their true self, because it doesn't, in my personal views, it doesn't affect me. If it has ramifications for me, then yeah, of course, then I might have something to say about it. But what you do with your life is all good. But the reason why
I think that's where you start with it and you finish with it. What you do with your own life is your own business.
No, and that's great. But what I'm asking is, like, at what age does that become not so much your parents' responsibility, but it becomes your own to find yourself? Because, like, look at things.
It's my understanding that they are lowering the age of that all the time, that children are able to make choices of, you know, things lower and lower all the time.
Well, that's a hypocrisy. That's a hypocrisy of, again, society, in my opinion, again, because, you know, here's when it comes to some things, they say, oh, children don't have a say, or children don't know any better, or children have it right. But then it comes to some things, children can divorce their parents at 16 or 50 or whatever it is, if they so choose to. And again, you know, there's some of it I agree with. There's a lot of it I don't know that I agree with, but some of it I agree with only in the sense that, you know, we're all children at one time. And if I'm being honest, you know, even though I've always worked and started work at an early age, I don't feel like I was just responsible to have a child or bring a child into this world.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Anyone really could bring a child in the world.
I'm a good person to talk on this topic.
What's that?
I'm a good person to talk on it, starting a family.
No. Well, in any event, I guess, you know, you know, and that's, to me, I think one thing, trying to, you know, say you have to be a certain age. Well, not you have to be a certain age. You know, could have children, and I guess it's a personal choice whether, you know, you have, you know, you get pregnant, have a child, or you choose not to participate in having a child till later on in life. But it's another thing, I think, in terms of who you are, because no one can tell you who you are other than you. No one knows who you are other than you.
That's my whole point. And
right. And so, and no one should be able to tell you who you are other than you, and how you feel like, really.
But when
really, it's I don't get how that's any society's fucking business to begin with.
It's not.
And so, you know, I get it. If you know, if you're a female, all of a sudden you feel like, you know, not feel like, you feel like, or you all of a sudden you're in touch with your male side and you realize, hey, I got more male chromosomes than female chromosomes, and, you know, I want to wear a jock strap and scratch my balls and fart and drink beer and all this other shit, or go to the male's washroom. Fine, just don't be looking fucking creepily at my Johnson while we're in the washroom. We're good. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah.
If you are, then we're gonna have some talks.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't feel the same way. And
then, you know, and even some of these guys are up in arms.
Whether you're transgender or what have you, as soon as you walk into the workplace, I've had a couple people follow me into the bathroom at my professional workplace. You want to get it on, you know?
No, and see, that's not right. And the thing is, where I'm coming from in terms of that question is that, you know, for example, a kid grows up and they're like, you know what, at the age of 7 years old, says, you know, I don't feel like I'm in the right skin. So let's say for argument's sake, this kid is male. Now the parents allow him to have, like, puberty inhibitors. So these are actual chemical drugs to prevent him from producing as much testosterone and things like that.
It sounds like they are doing that at a young age, and that would be under, like,
see, all that again,
and they really are, right?
See, all that, personally, I don't know.
I don't know either,
you know,
but
because I know as a kid, like, I took vitamins and stuff, and, you know, I got into working out at an early age, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's
Like
a
it's
tough
like
one because
when
Well,
it's too young, too young.
I
Because
think the thing is that there's a lot of support services out there for anyone that's listening to this. There's lots of people that have done this journey
Mhm.
already. There's people, you know, I know some of these people. I know people that are transitioning right now. I I uh I just think that you know, if people are not sure what to do, or they're not sure what,
Mm.
there's hotlines, there's all sorts of things,
No,
because
for
it sounds
sure.
like this is really a problem. And when I say problem, I mean, I remember when I was 12 years old, okay, and if I was sitting in my bedroom when I was 12 years old thinking I might be something different than what I am, and I know I can't talk to my parents, and I probably can't talk to my brother. I don't have any sisters. Everyone's going to think I'm foolish for even thinking this way. There is hotlines that you can phone and talk to people that can support you through these things and talk to you, because maybe sometimes it's just somebody said something or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
just so I don't know. I'm sure we could post those up somewhere, but I just feel
oh,
I
for
have a
sure,
lot of
and I will
will be
absolutely.
listening to this and their families, and I have no judgment on anyone, but I do think that when
It-
people are undergoing surgeries and these sorts of things, there is complications to any sort of surgery you have, any sort of like you said, medicine that we're putting in our bodies,
Well, and you know,
therapy, all
and
these
that's a
things.
good point, Aaron, with the surgeries, because here's where, when we're talking about like meds and stuff like that,
Yeah.
meds to me are reversible, or at least you can maybe take, like, so, well, when it comes to testosterone anyways, right?
Well,
You
some
could
of the
always take
medications
you could
that we
always
take
switch it
will
up
have
and
side
take
effects
estrogen.
also.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
And
bit
they'll
of a
have side
yo-yo
effects
thing.
also.
I don't know about kids starting that, but if what I'm getting at is it's it can be
It's what we
unwanted
say, we're fucking
versus
with their hormones.
gender surgery assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be unwanted too, but that's a hell of a thing to go through back and forth.
Oh, for
And
sure.
you know
I
what I mean?
mean, so in some cases it's not reversible. Once it's
In some
done, like
cases, yeah, and
it's
not to mention
horrifying.
the risk factor of it, because
Yeah, but like once we start change, anytime you have a surgery, right? Even if you have something wrong with your arm, your knee, your leg, you know, there's always complications, or there are possible complications. So, you know, if people are on this journey, it is a long one. There's lots of support out there. I've met the most beautiful people that are just madly in love with themselves and the people that are around them, and they've changed what they were when they were younger. And
Mhm.
so I'm proud of those people for, you know,
Do you know
being
of
happy.
any people that have had regrets? Because, see, my biggest concern is when people start so young. So, for example, Britain and I want to say the Norwegian countries and a
you know what
lot of
though?
these other countries
Yeah, yeah,
are stopping puberty.
and no,
What are they
see,
called?
see,
Puberty inhibitors, right? They're
whatever it is,
stopping them.
I don't think it's up to a country or society. Like, I think it's up to each person to decide
Yeah.
what they want for
Oh
themselves in
no,
their lives. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
hear me out. And if you end up regretting it, that's your fucking problem. You decided to do it in the first place, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
getting a tattoo. It's like getting a
I have
tattoo.
seen,
You
yeah.
decided, like, unless somebody made you get that tattoo. No, you decided to get that tattoo. If you
yeah.
regret it, that's your problem, right? You chose to get it.
It's like women that get like breast implants. You know, we're all
Mhm.
altering our body somehow. Botox, breast implants, butt
Alcohol.
implants,
Hello.
tattoos. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
million things people are doing to feel better and look better.
Oh,
So,
sorry, coffee. I meant coffee. Coffee.
Nice.
so you know, if you're
Yeah.
whatever makes someone feel and look good. I mean, when you feel good and you look good, like when if you look good and you feel good, you will be good, you
This
know. And
this
so,
is the hope. Yeah. But
yeah. So
what
if you
I'm
can
saying
keep
is like
in yourself,
I wasn't saying that the Britain and Norwegian countries were making the decisions for the people. They're taking they're not allowing the drug that is an inhibitor to your puberty, because what they found is, and something that maybe Canada and the United States may have to adopt as well, is like if you say, for example, give a girl who's developing a puberty inhibitor, and then you couple that with testosterone, those things are irreversible. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, I don't know
Well,
what the idea
yeah.
is to help a person be as sure as possible that this is exactly what they want. Because
Well,
after that fact, like after they've gone through this puberty scale, when they're using the puberty inhibitor, I think it's called puberty inhibitor. I'm pretty sure.
well, the United States,
So
or
it's
like,
blocking the estrogen, and then they're adding testosterone. So now the person's voice is deeper because they're now being more male. Their jaws become more broad. Their shoulders become more broad. They become more manly. So now when you fast forward and this person is 17 and they go, I really wish I was feminine. They can't change that back, like without like really really like invasive surgeries, and sometimes they they really can't just do anything about it. So that's why I'm saying like, where like, I'm all about supporting people. I'm all about supporting what a person wants, but where do you tote the line to say,
well, this
okay,
will
this is too
remember that
far?
somebody's getting paid to transition these people also. So there'll be
Of course.
many doctors and clinics and all these things that will be welcoming all sorts of business, right? I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
of
mean, this
course.
is not my business, right? I mean, so it's kind of like what they call a doctor's cocktail, right? You know,
Hmm.
some so until they stop allowing some of those things happening, same as the fentanyl and like let's talk about, like, when they started, there was a problem with Tylenol threes. Oh, really? Yeah, big problem. So what about the fentanyl and the fentanyl patches and morphine? So look what happened here. They had everyone on some sort of cocktail. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, 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 we're not allowed to give all this stuff. So they had people all addicted to all these drugs. And
Yeah.
then they started, so I'm sure that this big pharma you're talking about and these things will be regulated in a different way, possibly. But that's bigger than God, you know,
I'm just
I don't know.
wondering, as a person in society, what can I do to support these individuals, but like without them having regret down the line? Because I would hate. So, for example, my mom, when I was a kid, like I hung out with more girls than guys. My teacher, who happened to be a nun, thought I was gay at the age of 5. My mom says, I don't care. Leave my kid alone. He can do what he wants. The nun's like, does he ever hang out with any boys? And my mom's like, it's none of your business. But yes, he plays hockey. He plays soccer. And this is all with boys, right?
Right. So
And,
you're saying
and
that they could have persuaded your mom to say something different.
yeah, they
Hey,
could have turned
I'm
around and
listening.
said,
I'm
hey, you know
listening.
what? This
I'm
kid is
listening, brother.
gay. You should treat him
No,
as such.
no, no,
And
no,
this is
no,
what
no, no.
you
But
have.
see, that's the problem in general, right? That
Yeah,
right
because
there,
we're
what you just
judgment.
say, that's
That's
a problem. And
judgment.
no, that's an inherent problem. Is
Yeah.
somebody else trying to tell someone what and who they are versus them saying, because to me, it's one thing if I say I'm this, no one else is gonna convince me I'm anything different. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
but you're an
Like
adult,
seriously, no,
right?
fuck off. Fuck
Hmm.
off. Okay? No one's gonna tell me who or what I am other than myself. No one's can identify me but myself for who I am. You know what I mean?
Of
And
course.
and that's
And your thumbprint.
you know and you know and what?
Your thumbprint or your fingerprint, for your
Well,
phone.
your thumbprint, yeah, but
I was just
your
being funny.
thumbprint just identifies you. It doesn't mean that's who you are as a person,
I
your
know.
personality. So, um, you know, and that's a big thing is people seem to think they can somehow tell people who they are, and you can't. You know what I mean? Well, you can to a point, but it doesn't change who they are. You know what I
I
mean?
know. Well, remember that we all there's like, I'm sorry that happened to you, Malcolm, because I can only imagine. I've been, visiting with a lot of the day school
No,
survivors,
well,
and
no, well, no. See,
hold on,
here's where
hold on a second. And a lot of them do speak about the nuns and the priests, etc. That, their parents weren't there to call, and then, so this is kind of something relatable where I just think, wow. And as people that are, we're not supposed to judge other people.
no,
We just see people for who they are and where they're at. I hope people have
yeah,
always seen me for who I am and where I'm
yeah,
at.
yeah. And see, here,
And judgment is like, for the birds or something. I don't know.
So
Like anyone to say anything about anybody, especially someone's child.
yeah,
And
so here's
that's why
yeah.
I was fortunate. Sorry, before you say anything, Alex.
Yeah.
I was fortunate because my mom was very supportive, but it could have went a different way in terms of okay.
It could have, but I mean, here's where it's one thing if you're wearing like girls' dresses and wanted to fucking you're mad because the girls had girl toys that you didn't have. Your mom could also say, no, my boy likes pussy. That's why he hangs out with fucking girls.
This is true. And hey, it was not that. It's not at all incorrect that you said I wearing dresses. Yes, I did wear my friend's dress and stuff like that. I was just, I don't know. I was just I was using my imagination. I was able to go and do whatever I
That's what kids
wanted.
do. Kids
My
have
mom
wicked
was
imaginations.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's what kids do. Kids should do more of that. Kids should express themselves and
They should.
dance and dress. That why do we dress up at Halloween?
I know.
But now they're being told to limit their expressions though with this
Yeah, I
whole
know.
thing,
In
really,
everything. In everything.
because I know, as a parent, it was important to expose the kids to a host of different things so they can decide for themselves what they like and what they don't like. And so that it can help me as a parent also determine what they like and what they don't like. You know what I mean?
Very,
Like,
very good, Alex. That's
yeah,
very true.
because otherwise you don't know. It's even like food, right? You expose them to different foods, different flavors, different things to see what they like and what they don't like. So, the same
I
thing
know.
every
I think I
aspect,
said that before.
right?
If the kid was never given a pen, how would they know if they can draw? Or
Exactly.
soccer
Like,
ball, how would they know
to
if they
help
can
broaden
shoot?
their horizon, right? And so,
And so again,
and
I think
whatever
that
that,
this is the thing. Like
yeah, yeah.
our people all around the world, our children, I'll just say the 18-year-olds and under, okay? I know some in places of the world we don't even keep track of people's ages,
This is
but
true.
when we don't have IDs, we don't have
Yeah.
ID identification of somehow, whether it's a picture ID with your name, your driver's license, a passport, a bank account, any sort of IDs that identifies you to work and whatever. It makes it really hard in this North America to survive.
Yeah, well, you can't. Like, they want to identify you in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
This is a picture
But,
of you. This is your fingerprints. This is who Malcolm is, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that are, missing and at this National Inquiry, for many, many years now. And a lot of the times it's because we don't even know who these people are anymore, because they're kind of just pile up, because they don't have IDs, because they're kind of like a long ways from home. So you say they've maybe been robbed or who knows what, right? Something went the wrong direction at some time in their life, that's what happened. So I think, yeah, everyone has to ID themselves in different ways at different times, right?
Yeah, they do need to identify themselves with some
I
way,
don't
shape,
know.
or form.
Yeah, so sometimes I think it's strange. It's very strange to me that we have to identify as this or that or what have you, because I've only ever had to identify myself with my first and last name, English first name and my last name. I've only ever had to identify myself as that.
I
And if I
mean,
have to
we
give out
really
my
don't have to
ID,
identify, but I think it's just human nature to, have assumptions and we're all observers. We're all, we're all taking in this world as it revolves around us. And I
yeah,
know, there's a time when I know there's a period where I wondered about my son. I was like, because I know, he didn't really ever see him with a girl till recently, and so and he's now 20. And so I know there was a time I was like, I wonder which, I wasn't sure because I know.
you didn't have a bunch of girls floating around your house all the time.
Yeah, I know ever since I can remember, like since I was like 5 years old, all I could think about was girls. You know what I mean? So I was like, what's wrong with him?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or not what's wrong with him, but just,
Maybe you should thank God. Hey, maybe you should do a little thank God right now.
Maybe. You know what I mean?
How was your daughter in comparison? Did she have boys over or did she have girls over?
Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah. I'm curious. Difference.
It's different for sure because I think when she was 13, she's now 17, or 12 or 13, anyways. She was still in
Junior high.
Not junior high, but no, elementary, like grade 5 or 6 or something like that. Anyways.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like 11.
11, okay.
10,
Yeah, somewhere in there. So anyways,
grade 5.
she came to me one day and kind of all, you know, Dad, I'm going on a date. I'm like, excuse me?
Nice.
And so yeah, she went for coffee with this kid in her class.
Coffee at that
Coffee.
age?
Yeah, well, they call it coffee, but whatever. It's our Starbucks.
All right.
And yeah,
That's
just on the
funny.
street here, and and I didn't fight it because you know what, I know what I was like, and also it's kind of like kids. The more you say no, the more they want to do something, anyways.
Of course.
But same time, yeah, and so there's um, yeah, yeah, it was kind of actually different in that way. Part of me was like, you know,
Mhm.
yeah, and obviously still as a parent because they both still live at home, there's always that concern, right? Because you don't want that unplanned pregnancy because that will change their lives,
Yeah, absolutely.
you
Did
know.
you ever put that fear into that first boy? He comes to the door to pick up your daughter, and you're like wearing just like
No, 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 that hasn't happened yet. No, no, that
no,
hasn't
no, that
happened yet.
hasn't
No, no,
happened yet.
no, no,
Okay.
no one's that brave yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I got you. I don't know.
Either that or she's keeping them safe
I
for now.
remember, I remember saying to one of Kaylee's boyfriends, that's my daughter, she's
Yeah.
25 now, but along
Okay.
the way, I looked right dead in his eyes and I said, just so you know, my baby girl is very important to me. She's the most
Nice.
important thing to me.
Yeah.
So, if
Did you
there's
have a
ever,
butcher knife in your hand at the same time,
no,
kind of
just
scratching
like
your head with it?
no, just my baseball bat and my middle finger painted gold, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And honestly,
Nice.
this is a kind of funny thing though. No, not the funny thing, but the ironic thing to me a little bit
Mhm.
regarding all this thing with, people being concerned about other people's sexuality,
Yeah.
when the reality to me is we should be more concerned about people's well-being, people's mental state in a relationship, because there's a lot of brain fuckery in a relationship.
This
That
is
is a
true.
bigger fucking, like, never
Oh
mind
yeah.
fucking what sexuality they are. It's you know what I mean?
Are they manipulating your loved one? I
Exactly.
completely understand that. Like, I
Exactly. And
mean,
that's my,
it's pretty
because I
crazy
know
stuff.
some of the bullshit I've been through myself, and
Hmm.
that's my biggest concern. And I know even like my brother, he used to be like, you know, he was the biggest womanizer, but yet he always had that one special person. And when that didn't go right, he'd mope like a little bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'd be like devastated. No, no,
Oh,
and
really?
now you're talking about like a big, never mind someone that isn't, someone that's just in love, like, and so that's kind of what I worry about, because relationships can be hard
Yeah.
and can have a devastating effect on anyone young and old. You know what I mean? And that's probably my bigger concern as a parent is
Hmm.
my kids going through a relationship and
they get hurt.
Getting crushed.
getting
They
crushed
get
and
hurt or they
losing
lose
themselves
everything.
and losing their focus, losing um um
Their identity
their
because the other person stole it.
boom, boom, the identity, yeah, because here's where I think for myself, I've been really fortunate in terms of learning at an early age, in terms of just people come, people go. Like, I think Aaron's got a saying, yes, they're stranger today, friends, whatever, like, so,
Whatever.
or
Hmm.
I can't remember how you put it, but the biggest things that for me, myself and has been like having something that I control, which is work, which is my ability to make as much money as possible and as little money as possible. But in terms of people come and go, and that's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I concur. I concur.
You know what I
See,
mean?
I also look at like how like the Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. Had we grown up with that kind of stuff versus like your kids versus like the day that I have children or anything like that, how are they going to adapt and how can I protect them, but
Well,
also let them flourish and let them be themselves,
well,
whatever that may be, like
yeah,
with this kind of
yeah.
stuff
Well, and
out
again, I
there,
think the
right?
dangers of that, to be honest with you personally, is I think it becomes more of a IA or AI relationships. You know what I mean? Like it becomes more like uh I don't
Artificial.
think people have as much um uh, And honestly, here's where I guess, like, for example, when I go away to certain places, I get it for myself a certain sense of peace. Because even though I'm on my phone and I'm always checking my phone and on my phone because I work and this and that, but there's a certain disconnect from the news, the TV, like, like there is a certain and also even the feed that you get, because the feed that you get is different depending on where you're at. And
Yeah.
so there isn't this doom and gloom. There isn't this constant stress about, the world and the sky falling
Mhm.
as you would have in some other places.
Yeah. Well, some, like, I mean,
And people
Canada,
wonder why. And people wonder why I'm the best at sunsets and sunrise. Hey, Alex.
because that's positive stuff, I like it. I
Yeah.
envy that. Like, if I could always wake up with the sunrise, I think I'd be a better person in terms of mentally for myself. I feel like wicked.
Well, you
I'm
always
a better
do, but you might
person.
not see it, but you always do wake up with the sunrise.
Yeah, I do. I just never go and observe it and just take
Yes,
that
yes,
moment
yes,
to
yes.
myself and go, oh yeah, this is what the sunrise is all about.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
sunrise is like new beginning. Every single day you have some sort of new beginning, right?
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a person that appreciates it whenever I do get to see it, but there are some people that go out of their way to see it, Aaron.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. See,
Yeah.
hey man, but
Yeah.
that's a
I got
ritual that I think most people should adopt. Good on
Malcolm.
you
I
for
have.
doing that.
I talked about that when I wrote my first book. I
Mhm.
said, take time for yourself. I just read it the other day. Even if it's like for 5 minutes, like go and unplug. The whole world's plugged into something,
Well, yeah.
social media,
Well, I mean, I
we're
think
in
people
this
take time for themselves,
narrative
but
life.
in different ways. Like not everyone takes time for themselves necessarily watching
Yeah.
sunrise or sunset, but
No,
I
no,
think
I
people
know,
do
but
take
I
time out for
explain many
themselves
examples in
because
my book
you
of
have
things
to.
that you have to, because if you don't, you will drive yourself crazy.
Oh, for sure. And it's
You
just
don't
like
want
you
to.
said, it doesn't have to necessarily be a sunrise. It's just
No.
like
Yeah, it
take
could be
that
anything.
five
It could be
minutes and go.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be golfing online. It could be going to meet a friend for coffee. It could be having breakfast. Like just take a minute, whatever
Yeah,
floats your boat.
you got it. Whatever can take your focus off of something and then back, like
Hmm.
Yeah, because
an
sometimes,
escape from
we feel crazy
reality
all
almost,
day. Our head
right?
is like you have to actually walk away from something sometimes to be able to figure it out when you come back.
No, for sure. I
Like
agree.
you got to
I
take
love
breaks.
how
You
you
got to
said
take breaks.
escape from reality,
Hmm.
Malcolm, because what if that is a reality? Why you don't need to escape it if that is your reality.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
Whatever reality people want to live, right?
Yeah.
this is true.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So make that our reality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And that way we should never have to feel like we need to escape from our reality.
Yeah, that's a
But I
good
get what
point.
you mean, though. There are times when you need to get away from whatever's happening or breathe from whatever's happening. But
Yeah.
our reality to me should always be like kumbaya. Fuck, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It should be kumbaya.
There you go. That's part of the reason why we even have dogs. Like like I,
Absolutely.
I can, like, as soon as I'm with them, I can completely unplug. Like there's
Right?
times that I am
Right?
on my phone, but then they'll just knock my phone out of my hand, or they'll be like,
No,
they'll pull on
yeah.
me and they'll be like, okay, you know what? You're right. I should be with you, and I can just,
Honestly, real talk right now.
yeah.
I haven't even left yet, but I feel sick about leaving this guy right now behind.
I know, right? I
Like,
know.
like,
Like, can I
look
leave
at
this
him.
guy?
Look
Yeah.
at him.
He's
He's
your
just reaching this
bestie,
side.
right?
Like,
He's like,
like
chilling.
he's like, look at him.
Yeah.
Zebu, say hi.
I, I I literally left my dogs for like
Hi.
myself and my wife to go to Winnipeg for like 4 days, and I was like always texting the person looking after them. Are they
Yeah,
okay? I don't know.
yeah.
Crazy,
I know.
right? But
Right?
hey,
Well, it's nice that you guys
they're my
have. Hey,
escape.
you guys,
Okay.
you guys, it's nice you have love around you. That's nice. Good for you guys. That's awesome. That you'll
It's
have
good for
somebody you're gonna miss.
it's good for anyone, or I think everyone. It's important to
Well, yeah,
have
but I mean, hey, you guys
um
both have dogs, so you both have love. You're gonna miss your dog. You can't. You're already teared up about it. You want to spend as much time as possible with them. That's great.
Oh,
yeah, because my buddy's about peace. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I see you.
yeah.
It's about peace and love. Period.
Right on, God.
And
Right
respect.
on. Right
And
on.
respect.
Right
Yep.
on.
And they're so funny too, because like I forget what that
No, I'm not kidding you two right now. Like literally, this
Mhm.
little fucking dog is probably one of my favorite things on this planet right now.
Oh, 100%.
Right on.
100%. I have 3 of
Yeah,
them
they're
and I can't
beautiful.
even pick. Oh yeah.
Lucky you guys. I
They're
wonder
they're
what
ridiculous.
I hope my dog's doing fine, but I don't get to see him anymore.
Oh.
But if I do see him, I see him on the street the odd time. He still
Mhm.
knows I'm his mom.
Of course he does. That's the crazy, well, not crazy, the
No,
most
but like I don't
unique
really get
thing
to
about
see
them.
him very much. And now he's 8 years old. But I
Yeah.
picked him up when he was a puppy, and I wasn't able to be with him anymore when he's like 3 years old. So,
Right.
it's been like 5 years probably. And I
Oh.
still see him every once in a while on the road, and I see that his tail's wagging, and I just am so happy to see him. I just want to brush him, and
Yeah.
he's a yellow lab.
There's
So
that buddy.
you guys
Okay.
should after this real talk enjoy your
Yeah.
puppies. Good
Yeah.
for you
Okay,
guys.
say hi.
That's all.
Say hi, buddy. Say
Hi,
hello.
buddy. Hi. Yeah.
Okay, can you say hi? No?
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, he's cute.
He's so cute.
I bought him something at the market when I was there. That's
Nice.
what I did.
What you buy him?
Oh, I bought them these little I bought one for Kaylee's dog too. Like little cookies.
Oh,
They're
nice.
like homemade cookies, banana apple cookies. And they have little things on them that say like little notes on them,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Right.
And
So
see,
it's like
that's
kind of
the
like my
funny
prayer
thing is
card.
they make it all for us, right? Like
Yeah,
literally.
yeah,
Ah,
I
shit. At the market, there was almost as much stuff to buy for your pets as there was to buy for yourself.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. Like
That's what I'm saying. You
that.
guys love your animals, man, because
Mhm.
they'll always love you back,
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they live in a day what we live in a week, and they
Yeah,
live life to the fullest every single day. It's
nice.
amazing. Amazing. I'm trying to learn from them just that
That's good.
simple thing, right? But
Keep
it's a
learning.
tough thing to do. It's a
Keep
tough thing to
learning
do.
it. Keep learning it,
Absolutely.
my friend. Keep
You
learning it
betcha.
because once you just let it go and leave it up to the good Lord and keep on taking opportunities and keep on showing up,
Yeah.
just keep on showing up, right? So
There you go.
one of the things that are in the lineup have to be, so you can shoot the breeze a little bit easier because we are all hustling. I remember when
Absolutely.
I was in another country, somebody said to me, over here we have to work hard. I looked at him, think like
Yeah. Over
I'm
here, we
almost
have to work
joking.
hard.
I'm
Mhm.
almost joking. You work hard. We all work hard. Well, not everybody. I mean, there's lazy people, right? But I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if there's this ideology that people that are from Canada that have blonde hair and blue eyes don't work hard, but we do.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody. Well, I shouldn't say everybody because I
No, but
know
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying
people that don't.
but I know we talked about racism, one of these topics a while back. I didn't even really know what that was until I started paying more attention to it. I'm so sick and tired of it. That's like I was invited to the powwow to this ceremony this weekend. I was
Hmm.
advised by my advisors not to go. I really
Why?
wanted to go.
Why did
Safety,
they say no?
safety. Okay. Safety. So
Safety.
even
Really?
though I was
Hmm.
going to the red dress special, which is very clear to my heart, and the
Hmm.
girls that are, all this stuff, but it was a decision that I made that this time around I won't be going because of safety. But I just said my regrets. I never said because of safety, but good
Right.
thing because I found out that there was bear spray and there was the ambulances were all there and people had bear mace all in their eyes. So
What
if
the
I
hell
was sitting
happened?
there, I don't know, but
Wow.
so then today
Crazy.
today I was invited out to go play bingo, which is one of the things on my bucket list. I want to go play bingo.
Hmm.
And I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't go. I'm not going anywhere because of racism. Not going
Right.
anywhere anymore because of racism right now and safety.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't know. I
come
have
on.
no idea. But I mean, like when those kids and everything are dancing in all those red dresses and then someone's there. But I think what happens is maybe there was a fight. I have no idea. I wasn't there, right? But I mean, a lot of people are carrying bear mace in their pockets for protection or their pepper spray, they call it before.
Hmm.
So I was just
Well,
sorry to
bear
hear that
spray
because
sprays further and is far more potent.
yeah, so I did ask the community if there was anyone there that lost their sight or if there is some elders, I think, in the hospital still. So I'm not sure, but this
That's
is a
nuts.
Sunday and I thought, yeah, I'm glad that I listened to the advisement, because even though a lot of my partners out there think I don't listen to them, I do listen. I actually do listen. Sometimes I really want to do something, even despite, but this one I did listen to, and I'm glad I didn't go, because who knows then? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We could be having a very different conversation, or we would be maybe having to visit you in the hospital or something. So I'm happy that
I'm just saying that I'm sorry that happened. It's so close here. It's supposed to be a feast and a celebration, and then probably shut down early. And that's an opportunity for people, like, they come from a long ways to come and gather.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to hear that happened, because it's happening. Like, things are, you hear about concerts being canceled and gatherings and stuff because of violence.
Oh yeah.
Or
Actually,
something.
there's an influencer that was, I'm not sure if he's from New York, but he went to New York, and apparently he was gonna do a giveaway. His name is Kai Savant, I think, or I can't remember his last, or his whatever persona, but it's Kai is his first name. And man, there was an insane riot in New York, like insane.
Wow.
Which, this was supposed to be like a peaceful, happy-go-lucky gathering and stuff, where I guess he was gonna give away some things, and now just a crazy riot happened.
Yeah,
Pretty ridiculous. People are really pent up nowadays. Like, there's been way too much craziness.
That's why I really do appreciate these episodes of Real Talk and listening to them myself, because sometimes I can't hop on, and you two have really enlightened me in what's going on, because I'm usually just like real time. I'm a real time person. Okay. So if you're in front of me, that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Real time. So I'm often asking Alex things, or he's telling me things. And so now this is a platform where, it's, people can know what's really happening.
Yeah. You can get some different information that we've researched and things like that, which is always helpful, right? Like, to go back to kind of like the transgender thing, just so you have some other real information. For example, Pakistan, right? If you're gay, they will probably kill you. Gay man, sorry. However, if you decide you want to transition, they are fully in support of that, to a degree where I think the state will help pay for the transitioning. Now, I don't understand how in society we have come to this kind of conclusion where we think that's okay. I don't get it. Like, I mean, by all means, they can help pay for somebody transitioning. I'm not against that. But going as far as killing a person, like executing them because they're gay, I don't get that.
Well, they do a lot of things. They do a lot
savagery.
of things. They do a lot of things to a lot of people all around the world, including this country, that are absolutely horrid.
Yeah, and I mean that's
By somebody's IDL, or I don't know. Like, I feel like you would say that's the word torture. And what you're talking about, Malcolm, I think they're talking that shame or something, is it?
It is. It's
something like
because
that?
it's shameful to be gay, right? Out in that country. Not so sure about lesbian, but gay, yes.
Wait,
like, if you're a gay man,
so it's shameful to be gay, but not shameful to fucking kill another human being? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's
The
what
ten
you're saying.
sins.
That's
The 10
what you're
sins,
saying.
right?
that's
That's
I
what I'm
know,
hearing.
right? Like,
Fuck that shit.
that's where they've gone to, right?
No,
like, that's some crazy stuff.
Like, I know the world was
There's a
all
lot of
like,
things too, like
here's the to me the funny, not the funny thing, but the interesting thing about the pandemic. Okay, the pandemic affected every motherfucker equally, regardless of race, religion, fucking redneck or fucking blue neck or fucking blue collar, whatever the fuck it is. It hit everyone all the same. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think the masses kind of woke up to it. Some didn't. Everyone was fighting for the same common cause, which is like get rid of these
freedom.
fucking masks. Okay, so that we can
Freedom.
socialize again.
Yeah.
But here's here's where you have this fucking, to me, stupidness, and how people just need to fucking grow the fuck up
Yeah.
and stop this shit. Like seriously, cut this shit out. Like what are we
Oh, for
talking
sure.
about here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it should be the human race. We're all fucking humans.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're all
totally.
human beings. And that's why I wanted to talk about water at some time on one of these
You know
podcasts,
what I
because I
mean?
thought it was important. And
Well,
maybe that would
aside,
be for
yeah,
another
well,
time, because
water
we're
is
all
important,
human
but so is
beings.
treating your fellow human with some respect and fucking dignity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
agree.
and
I
and and
agree.
and and not fucking trying to, like, yeah, Malcolm, if I'm gonna fucking like be upset with you, or if I'm gonna be, yelling at you because you're, maybe running around town with a fucking knife stick out of your pocket, it's because I care about you as a human, and I don't
Yeah.
want you to get fucking shot or fucking pulled over or whatever, because it's not because I'm fucking trying to control you or tell you what to do. It's
No,
generally
you're
because I'm
trying to help
concerned
me
about
out.
you as a, yeah, it's just because I see danger and something I wouldn't personally do because I know the danger of it. So I wouldn't want you doing it, especially if I'm walking with you. Okay.
Exactly.
And
Genuine
so
concern. I get you.
even though I'm not walking with you, I would say,
Yeah.
Melvin, what the fuck? Okay,
Mhm.
seriously.
Do you want to tell Malcolm,
And
Malcolm,
but this is
Malcolm,
what humans, this is what fucking
Malcolm?
humans.
Do you
Yeah.
want to know what he's referencing to? Because I wouldn't mind sharing it. Do you mind,
All right.
Alex? Okay, so
No, no,
I
I don't
was,
mind, but let me finish my point.
oh yeah,
Well, my point being, people need to really focus on shit that they control versus shit that don't control, because we spend so much time trying to control other people and other things and fucking situations that really aren't in our control.
Yeah.
And also we don't spend that time trying to understand all the all the all the perspectives, just as
Fair
they
enough.
would in the court, in the law
Right.
court, to to
Hmm.
to, to fully, before we render a fucking judgment or decision or our position.
Right. We
You know what I
just
mean?
kind of do it, and
Yeah, it's
then
just kind of like fuck you, fuck
yeah,
you.
it's from my perspective, and it doesn't matter. Yours doesn't matter, kind of thing. Yeah, I
You know
know.
what I mean?
Oh yeah, we've been doing that in society for way too long, imposing
Hence why there's wars
somebody's.
and yeah,
Yeah,
you know
I
what I mean?
mean,
Yeah,
I mean, look at the Crusades. I mean, that was it. Christianity's war on the world, saying, "Hey, you better be Catholic, and we're going to shove this down your throat."
yeah,
Or even Genghis Khan going across
yeah,
Asia, pushing Muslims.
yeah.
So it's quite it's interesting.
But
You know what I
but
mean?
but here's where though.
Yeah.
This actually to me all ties back to our original topic. And Aaron, don't lose your train of thought there, that whatever you were going to say earlier. But this ties back to the original topic that we're actually going to talk about, which was aliens, I think,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We were going to
and why
talk
the
about that.
government, even though there's been, thanks to social media and fucking more and more cell phones and more and more reports of it, like, I mean, to me, it's something I've always felt and understood. That's what the one thing I got out of university was infinity. Okay.
Nice.
From the calculus class, infinity. Okay. And so,
Hmm.
uh, and that's what the universe is. It's infinite. And
Yeah.
so, if the universe is infinite, it's safe to say there's some beings
Some
out
other
there smarter
beings,
than us and some beings dumber than us.
of course.
But here's where the government didn't feel like we're ready to handle it, just like we're not ready to fucking handle transgenders. Fuck.
So
Like,
true.
like,
So true.
you just gonna handle transgender, we're gonna handle aliens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
This is why the government's kept it under wraps for I don't know how many decades in Area 51 and all this other shit. And nope, you didn't see no alien, just nope.
Yeah. There's
Men in
nothing.
Black, wipe it, wipe it, wipe it.
Oh, the white men in black,
Right?
freaking
Wipe
reference. I
it.
love it.
Wait. Now you see it?
So,
No, you don't.
yep. It never happened. You're a crazy
Never
person.
happened.
Don't worry about it.
Go back to sleep.
Yep. And what were you gonna say, Aaron? There was a story.
no, it's fine. I'll keep it for another time.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I don't really know if it's really a cool story to even share, because I'm kind of like I was kind of lost for words, to be honest, but I guess I could share it quickly. But
Yeah, go for it.
I journeyed into Winnipeg, Manitoba. I mean, I'm in Manitoba, so I went into Winnipeg. I went to the Canadian Human Rights Museum. That's where I got my taxi to drop me off, and I started walking. I just
Nice.
had my little cooler with me. I had a little cooler with me, and I had my stuff for the day, and
Hmm.
keep in mind that it is harvest season, and I also harvest a lot of things like sage and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
So in my cooler, I have like my knife and my scissors and my
Yeah, no,
drink and some other
right.
things.
You're right, Aaron. This is a something you could talk about with Malcolm in private.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's not pot worthy. What do you mean?
Well,
No,
go ahead.
so anyway,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
so anyways, it's just in my little cooler bag. It's like my fishing cooler bag, actually, But once I'm at the Health
Was
Science
it
Center,
exposed at all, or was it showing at all?
just hold on. So once I got to the
Was
Health
it
Science
exposed at
Center,
all though? Was it sealed?
no, it's in my bag, and you can see that I have it.
Oh, you can see. So it wasn't sealed. So it was a knife, and it wasn't sealed.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And you
and
walk
So
around
is it
public with it, right? You're saying?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
walking
Like you're
around
walking around
all
the
day.
ports and all over the place with it, right?
No, hold on. I leave the Health Science Center. I go in a taxi. I go to the Human Rights Museum. I go to the camp behind with the missing women. And then I got stung by a bee. Then my daughter comes there. We have dinner together.
Mhm.
And yeah, this thing,
Did your daughter
you know,
see
I
this
kind of,
knife or?
yeah, she says, "What the hell do you have that here for?" I was like, "I
Oh,
know it."
okay. Okay. So your daughter was shocked that you had this huge knife exposed
But I don't know. She was shocked.
in public at the
She's
ports.
been I've been her mother. So, anyways,
Wait. So your daughter noticed this huge knife sticking out of whatever bag you had because it wasn't concealed, right? And you're in a public place. So she made a comment about it, right?
she asked me what that was. I'm like, "It was my knife."
What the hell were you doing with it? Okay, all right.
What the hell are you doing
Okay.
with your knife? So, anyways,
And so you didn't think at that time to maybe give it to your daughter to take with her to maybe keep it concealed for you?
no. So,
No,
anyways,
you decided to hang on to this knife still unconcealed and keep walking around the forks and meet other people and travel all over the city with it, right?
yeah. So, anyways, Malcolm,
Yeah.
I have to say to Slyden, which is my maybe soon to be son-in-law, maybe who knows if they'll get married, but if they do, I could call my son-in-law. But he's the closest thing I have to a son, so I call him my son-in-law. Okay, his name is Slyden. He's
Okay.
from Zimbabwe. He's
Oh, nice.
27 years old, and they've been going. Oh, they've been together for like a long time now.
Nice.
And so when he picks me up in the car with my daughter, and I
Mhm.
have this cooler bag, and
With
I
this
said to him,
knife.
"Oh, yeah, oh yeah." He's like said, "Oh my God, if you ever get to meet him, you'll be super blessed." Yeah,
Mhm.
he's like super chill. Anyways, I'm like, "Sliding, look at what I have here in my cooler bag. I got this hanging out." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm likely putting other people in danger and myself." And
Okay.
he's like, I was like, "I'm so sorry about this." So now, anyway, so the knife's been put long away, so it won't be out on the streets in Winnipeg ever again. It is
Nice.
safe. It's
Okay.
gone. It's gone. It's our family knife. It's actually my filleting knife, but I use it for sage and all those kinds of things. So yeah, like just being like unaware kind of sometimes of what I
Mhm.
might have with me. But I mean, that is like so stupid. You know what I mean? And then I really terrible about it because I never want a good time turning into a bad time. And that's exactly why I
What
tell
that
my
could have been.
nephew, this
Mhm.
is what, if anyone wants to listen to anything I want to say today, when I saw that my 17-year-old nephew was looking online to buy like what looked like appeared to me like a gun at my glance, but he said, "Auntie, it's pretend, but it looks pretty real to me." So
Yeah.
I said to him, "Well, okay, well, like he's 6 foot, I don't know, 5. He's a First Nation boy. He's only
Oh,
like
wow.
15.
Mhm.
He's only like 15 maybe, but he looks about 25. I said, "You want to give the Royal Canadian Mounted Police or the
An
Indigenous
excuse?
Police a reason to shoot you?"
Yeah. No kidding. See,
No.
your
But how are
Like,
you going to
nephew,
give him advice when you're running around the town with a
well,
knife?
this is okay.
but
So
she's
this
a
is why
black
I'm saying it,
woman.
Eddie. So hey, hold on one second. I want to just like finish this off, okay? So
Yeah,
if
yeah, go
anyone
for it.
wants to hear me out today, I literally was walking down the streets with what Alex says is a what did you call it? What a knife that's what'd you say?
And it was disclosed,
Yeah.
and they
And so like
disclosed
that
it.
was
And it wasn't
no
like a butter
different.
knife either, Malcolm. This is like a serious
No,
like
it's a,
knife.
no, it's a knife. It's a filleting knife. Yeah. No, it's a
Yeah,
knife.
Wow.
So like
a
so I'm
threatening
just
knife.
saying like in my ignorance, okay, I had
Mhm.
this with me, and I don't want anyone else in their ignorance, okay,
Wait,
Mhm.
did I
or
mention she just turned
I want people
46?
to pay attention to what they're holding, right?
Right.
And like the thing about the bear mace on the weekend and the gun the weekend before and the this and that, my day could have turned completely sideways and backwards when someone grabbed that bag and put a gun knife to me because they think I'm a rich person that's going to give them money. I mean, I did none of that went through my mind as I just grabbed my stuff, you know.
Right.
So
you just grabbed your stuff and went, kind of thing.
so I mean, I would never want to put myself at danger. I got way too much to live for, and I certainly would never want to put someone else in danger that's around me because of what I choose to carry in my bag.
Yeah, but Aaron,
Right.
you were told, not just by your daughter, I'm pretty sure by other people, and you still carry this knife around.
Well,
true?
you know, Malcolm, in all seriousness, I do have a first aid bag that comes out. I can show it to you. And a lot of my stuff and my medicines and my equipment that nobody touches is in there. And often my knife is in there. Nobody touches that. Like there's usually people standing around it. But that particular day I just had, so it's a bad choice in my cooler, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Anyway, so just like example of just like things that make you go,
Yeah, no doubt. You gave that one for sure.
things that make you go,
For sure.
So yeah, like,
It happens though.
So you know, and then of course when I'm in the back seat of the car, Keely says to Slyden, "Yes, Slyden, my mom shows up in Winnipeg. Look at this, what she has." So I show Slyden. I said, "I'm going to put it in a bag." And he just looks at me. I said, "Well, in all fairness, if you're ever talking to anyone that tells you that I had this." It is harvest season, and Slyden's known me for a long time, so he's just kind of like smiling at me, you know.
He's just like, she's just being herself.
Yeah. So, anyways, another reason is that there's I needed it sharpened, so I was going to get into the farmers markets.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So there's legitimate
what,
reasons.
What she doesn't mention, Malcolm, is Slyden is a black man.
Well, she said Zimbabwe, so I assume
okay.
He is
I
black.
would never, ever introduce Slyden.
So he's already got a minus against him in the society. Never mind walking around with somebody
with a knife. Yeah, could you imagine? But then the police are like, "It's his knife. Get him."
Well, whatever
like
it
your
is,
nephew.
okay? Right. So whatever that is, you know, I mean, whatever that looks like, whatever that is, I mean, that is my son-in-law. They'll have, you know, that's that he walks with my daughter. That might also be how we are, right? Yeah. And me and her would never ever want any violence or anything trouble to ever hit any one of our friends or family. We have a lot of people that are born in Africa.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
You got it all. I like it.
Well, anyway, so I don't belong in Winnipeg. I knew I didn't belong in Manitoba a long time ago. So.
Hey, Winnipeg, you know what? In
I don't think you can carry a knife anywhere open anywhere in North America.
In Canada, not really, unless you're
in North America.
No, if you're Sikh, you can carry a dagger in North America and all throughout North America because that's a cultural thing, right?
It's a dress
so their
thing,
dagger is about this long, right?
Yeah, but no, she's not.
Well,
Sikh.
I'll just carry my eagle feather.
This is true. She is not Sikh.
Boys, man, I'll carry my eagle feather.
There you go.
Carry my eagle feather.
Carry your eagle feather. This is true.
Yeah, I was gifted an eagle feather a couple years ago from one of my very good friends that became one of my very good friends and actually one of Alex's friends now.
Oh, nice.
Mr. Alan Smoke. He also is broadcasting and podcasting on a bunch of different things about truth and reconciliation. He's a original Dakota map.
Oh, nice.
He came up of ours, yeah.
And I love too that this knife thing came up because to me, for example, that is more threatening than a transgender person.
Exactly.
What's that? Wow.
Well, Alex, it's
someone running around with an open not even concealed, but an open knife. Even concealed is still not good, but with an open knife, that to me is more threatening than any transgender person I've ever met.
It's so interesting that not one person said anything to me, though. This is one thing, actually, food for thought, guys, or whoever's listening.
People are gonna say anything. Doesn't mean they don't think it. Yeah, no one says anything because they're avoiding you.
Yeah, they're probably like, she's got a big ass knife.
No, but Alex just said, you know, I mean, there's a lot of comparables
but it's not true. It's not true. People did say something to you because you did say your own daughter, did say something to you.
Well, the people I talked to.
Yeah, you still carry the knife, and I'm sure I said something to you once I heard about that too. Okay, but no, you still carry that knife.
No, when I saw you, you didn't like it and you left. So I didn't see you again. So but I mean,
Yeah, but you
I
still carried that knife
well, where was I
to your
supposed to put it?
son-in-law.
Put it in
To
the
your
garbage can?
son-in-law. You still carried it to your son-in-law.
Yeah, and then now it's in his hands. It's our family knife. You know,
Oh,
hey,
Lord.
one other thing I want to say, because I can't wait to meet Slyden's family if that ever happens. Okay, if it ever
Please.
happens, I would like that.
Nice.
And it's our family knife now. It's our fishing knife. I
There
gave
you
it to
go.
him.
It's getting dark out here.
Yep, it is. So,
Yeah,
this
and
was yet again another great episode
yes.
of Real Talk, things that make you go,
Hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
I love the
Happy
fact
Sunday,
that you
guys.
joined us tonight. Thank you both, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, happy Sunday.
Keep it real.
Bye,
Wicked.
guys.
Hang loose. Cheers.
All right.
Bye-bye. My man.
See you, brother.
Later, man.
Okay, letting you in, buddy. Right away, coming.